massive undertaking and just a huge responsibility to be taking on their whole education and being responsible for that. What did you expect to happen as you went into both of these, the first and the second time that you went into homeschooling? What were your expectations for that?
The first time around, I had this very romanticized idea about homeschooling because I was going to create the perfect school for my kids in my house, right? So I was going to create like all those learning environments. We're going to do crafts, and we're going to go to the zoo, and we're going to go to the museum, and we're going to be so hands-on. So the first time, it was all about excitement. The second time, the excitement did come, but I had to wait until we could realize like how we had to figure out how we're gonna do everything. The good news is that I work from home, but I also, it's a full-time job, and it's a job that requires a lot of me. So the second time around, my expectation was that I was gonna, all I knew that I was going to do was to create an environment that was safe for my kids. And when I say safe, it's not just like safe with like violence or anything, but something an environment that would adapt to my kids and their needs. As an example, I have a child that is in the spectrum, and he is extremely fidgety, and he's always tapping on things, and he's always making noises, but that's how he learns. And that's how he behaves, and that's also how he resets. Whenever he's very overwhelmed sensory-wise, that's how he does. But I also have a daughter who is extremely sensitive to noise. So I wanted to make sure that I could create an environment where both of them could be able to flourish and do well. In a school, they were having a hard time because my son, whenever he would make all this noise, he would get punished, even though it was something out of his control. And with my daughter, she would have the sensory overload that sometimes may look like a tantrum, but they're actually just struggling and they're trying to reset. So at home, we created different strategies. So all I knew at the beginning was that when I would create an environment for them that would adapt to them, and that was very easy to do in the house because it was already happening. The other thing that I wanted to do, I wanted to get a program. So I got a program online for the kids to help out with the curriculum and everything, and also help me out to assist me as a teacher. And I chose for my kids a self-paced program. And initially, I just hoped it was going to work. I didn't have a lot of expectations. I truly just made initially the decision that I wanted just to put them on a safe environment. I had desires and I had hopes. One of the things that I'm super passionate about is actually learning from experiencing things and touching things and smelling things and seeing things. And I wanted to be able to get my kids also outside of their environment that they were used to, so they can also learn how to adapt. So I wanted to be able to travel the world with the kids, and I want to be able to do all those things. But at the time, I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. I just had the hopes. So initially, I just want to make sure that they had the education, they had the activities that they had to do, they have everything on their disposal, and also everything around them, the environment was safe and accommodating for them.
Did you learn something just now? Get the full episode of Ways We Learn wherever you get your podcasts. And while you're there, we'd love to get your rating or review.